Cutting a sound for a movie, the most important thing is cutting the dialogue. And we'll cover that in a different video. But another important thing is the addition of ambiances and backgrounds. The thing about ambiances and backgrounds, which is so important, is that it's an easy way to establish a mood for a shot. It's an easy way to establish changes in perspective. It's also an easy way to provide continuity for scars that you might have in your dialogue. Maybe you have an establishing shot that was shot on, let's say, Sunday when there is no traffic. Then you did close-up shots on Monday, and maybe there's traffic on Monday going through that area. Cutting back and forth between the different shot distances, there's going to be difference in background. One of the things that ambiances backgrounds will do will smooth out the continuity between these shots. Let's import the video in. One thing that I notice here is something that I am going to have to correct anyways. I notice that right here, my grid value and my nudge value is a second. So this isn't really useful to me. I want to be able to get in and make more surgical decisions with this. I am going to change this. So I can either pull this disclosure triangle down here and I can make this be a lower value. I'm just going to do one frame for now. If I'm doing really surgical spotting, I'll use a quarter frame or a half frame, but I think for this, one frame is probably okay. So the other thing that I could do to change this is I can hit Control and Option, plus or minus, and then that changes the value here. Then I also want to change my nudge value. Option Command, plus or minus, will change that, or I can just click this. So one thing that you will notice is now I have grid lines that are exactly a frame long. If I hit plus, it's going to move me forward by the amount of the nudge value. So I'm nudging with this. I have to be careful that I don't have something highlighted because then if I hit plus, it's going to move that, which is not what I want. I'll hit Z to put it back. So to clear this, what I can do is I can hit the down arrow. I want to go to the location 1 hour. I can do this one of a couple of ways. This time I'm going to hit the star key, or I can click my main counter, and then I'm going to type in 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I'm going to click OK. So I notice that this number and my window burn here is at 1 hour. So I'm going to hit the Enter key. I'm going to call this FFOA. And then if I'm on the movie track, I'm not. You can see that my cursor is bouncing on the 2-pop track. So what I'm going to do is hit colon to get down to my movie track. And then I'm going to hit tab, and it's going to take me to the end. So my audio track and my video track are different lengths, which kind of puzzles me. But I'm not going to worry about it in this particular case. But it's something I'm going to take note of because it looks like I have a little bit of extra space at the end, and I'm not sure why that's there. It might be something that I asked the video editor. So I'm going to hit Enter, and I'm going to call this LFOA. And then I'm going to recall my first marker. So period 1 period, it takes me back to my 2-pop. I'm actually going to recall the second marker and go to here. And then I'm just going to hit the plus key, and whenever there is a cut in the movie, I'm going to create a marker. I have to be really exact with this. The first time I see picture, it is a close-up shot of an old man. It looks like he's in a park. So I'm going to hit Enter. I'm going to call this close-up man in park. You can also put comments down here if you want. You can maybe say windy day, morning time. But you can put that stuff in there. Then I'm just going to hit the plus key. So you can hit and hold the plus key and it'll move past you faster. But you have to be very careful. So the only thing I'm doing in this particular session is I'm just putting a marker for every scene cut. So this is, I think this is a medium shot, man in park. So it's the same thing, same time of day, but it's just a different angle. Maybe it's a passage of time. I'm not really sure, but he walks into screen here. So I'm not worried about changes or what he's doing we go indoors here, and I'm going to say this is a medium shot, and this character is the mom in the story. So mom in laundry room. And this is close up. And this character is simply known as Dad, so he is concentrating. So I'm just advancing by holding the plus key. I'm going backwards by holding the minus key. So, see you. And this is sun and stare down. So this may seem tedious, but you'll see later that this actually makes things a lot easier when you are cutting backgrounds. One quick side note, if you have a laptop and you don't have an extended keyboard with a dedicated plus or minus key, you can use the greater than or less than keys, which are also used for nudging.